Hey guys, welcome to Bar Z. My name's Stan, and yes, I'm 10 years old. And you'll notice there's a piece of conduit in the vise there, and you'll notice it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 bends in it. 4 90-degree bends. That equals 360 degrees. So we're going to use a brand new tool we got. The tool came from a fellow YouTuber. I'm going to walk across the camera here. And this tool came from a fellow YouTuber. It's a Milwaukee angler, which is a power fish tape. So it's actually, this is a 240-foot steel fish tape. All right, but what they've got on the end, let's see if you can see that. It's just looped over itself and then spot welded to itself. And this is how it comes right out of the box. It's a flat steel 1/8" fish tape. And it's made out of spring steel. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off by trying to push it through 4 bends, which is 4 90-degree bends. And anyone knows that if you go beyond 4 90-degree bends, it's basically trying to tie a knot. So it's, according to physics, it's impossible. But let's give it a shot and see what kind of pushback we get through 4 bends. And I'm going to stay about 6 or 8 inches away here. That's first bend. That's third bend. There's 4th bend. And now we're through. Now if you look down there, we're all the way through. I don't know if you can see down there or not. Yeah, you can see the far end, but I'm out at the other end now. Let me pan the camera kind of over that way a little bit. All right. So we're all the way out here, but like I said, this thing was box stock, so I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I tried it with just the end on it that comes from the factory. It's a little sticky in the corners when you got a lot of bends. This is the legal limit. I also have a coupling here, and I have the ability right here to go beyond the legal limit and add another 90 to it. So we're at legal now. Let's pull back and add this 90 and then try it again and see if it even makes it through 5 90-degree bends, which is way beyond our 360 degrees. Okay, so let me go add that other 90, and let's see if it gets stuck in its stock configuration there. Let's not aim it towards an electrical panel. Let's aim it that way. How would that be? You should always use caution when using a steel fish tape, or any fish tape for that matter, around live surfaces. If you push that steel tape into a live panel, maybe hit the main bus, it will weld your fish tape inside the pipe to the pipe, and you don't know where. Ask me how I know. Okay, 5 90s, and see how we do beyond the legal limit. It's pushing hard there. So if I can get in by hand. Oh, I'm not gonna get past that. Nope, I'm stuck. I'm down in that last bend. So yes, it'll go through 4. No, it won't go through 5. All right, let me go grab a speed leader. I'm gonna go get a speed leader and show you what they're all about. We're gonna install one on this tape. Okay, for those of you that aren't familiar, this is the Fuel Brushless Angler by Milwaukee. It's an M18, takes a battery, just a standard M18 battery. It comes with a 2.0s, probably for the lightweight, because you got to haul this thing around. And when you load it with a big cartridge, it's pretty heavy. We're going to pay out some tape now. We need a little bit of slack out there to work on the end of the tape. So I'm going to go pay that out. And then we're going to take the cartridge out. And it's just as simple as that. That's the tape cartridge. That's where all the weight is. This thing is very lightweight here. This is a 240-foot tape. We're going to do the same to my other one. This is a 120-foot fish tape. We're going to go and load that cartridge in. And it's got 4 of the bail type clips to hold it in, or 3, sorry. But we're going to pay some of that out. This one's a little lighter because it's less coil. This one's my go-to. This is a 120-footer. The other one's 240 foot. Whoa. My daily driver at work's a 200-footer. I use a stainless steel tape by Ideal, the hand wind ones, and you spend all your time winding them up. This is actually really nice. So both cartridges have got some tape paid out. We'll set this to the side, and then I'm going to show you what the speed leaders are all about. Okay, this is they call this a fish tape leader. We always called them speed leaders. We used to get these from Ideal. These are Klein's, and I've got 2 of these. And this is a very flexible leader up front. It's got a loop for you to hook in your Kelm grips or whatever you're hooking up with. And then it's got a kind of a ferrule collet type of arrangement here on the backside. And you actually have to cut your tape and put this little collar over the tape and do a little bit of torch work. And then your speed leader is installed. But it gives you 2 things. First of all, it gives you a very flexible leading edge. When it's coming up to that bend, this speed leader will get around the corner and help guide the hard fish tape through. And the other thing it does is it swivels. It'll swivel right here on this end where you make your fish tape attachment. All right, so I'm going to show you again the factory end. There it is there. And like I say, I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I went ahead and used it and tried it, and it was getting sticky on me. So I'm going to go ahead and modify these and get speed leaders on both of them. And there's my other one. And the thing about fish tapes is they're made out of spring steel, so you can't just bend them. You have to give them a little bit of heat. Otherwise, if you try to fold this tape over itself, it'll just snap. So you actually have to put a little dull cherry red heat on it and do a very precise little bend to get it to fit down in that ferrule. And you can do this in the field as long as you got either a propane or a MAP gas torch and a good pair of pliers and maybe a vise. You can do it in the field if you happen to break a tape, which has happened before. But here, let's get those on, and we're going to try our test again with 5 bends. Okay, so we got our fish tape in the vise, and it's just clamped very lightly, just so you don't have to chase it around on the table. We're going to use a pair of high leverage channel locks, and these are specifically hard wire cutters. All right, that wasn't too bad. It nipped it off pretty easy. I clipped it right next to that weld where it was spot welded to itself, so it might have been a soft spot. You want to heat it, bend it over, and then put your ferrule on. No, you don't forget to put this ferrule on. Pretty important. You get that on first, and it just slides over the tape and slides to the back. And it's a snug fit on the width of the tape, and it's a round hole with a flat tape going through it. This tape is an 1/8 inch thick and probably maybe a 1/4 inch wide. You know, it's got a little more width to it. But the ferrule's a good snug fit, and when it rides up on that end that we're going to be working on, it's actually going to wear in, and we'll put a little dab of grease on it after we're done heating it and doing our little bend. So let's get a torch going. And this should heat up pretty darn quick. You just want a dull red on there. And here it comes. And it's just starting to work its way back. And all you want is the tiniest of bends on there. And they cool down quick too, so you're gonna wanna, yep, she's already cooled off. And you don't want to re-harden this for sure. You want it to, there it goes. You just want to fold it over very tightly. I'm not sure whether you can see what I did. I'm hoping you can right there. But anyways, that whole assembly, that whole rollover goes right down inside of that ferrule. And you need to make sure that thing spins, even if you have to polish it or do whatever you have to do around there. If you need to take a Scotch-Brite wheel to it and clean it up a little bit, this one actually feels pretty good. That'll wear in nice. But you don't want to quench it. You'll harden all that. So just let it cool naturally. If you want to let it cool down slowly, just pull your torch away slowly. I didn't put that much heat on it. If you do break it, if this breaks, the first time you use it, just pull back another inch, lose an inch off the tape and reapply it. But I've never had one really fail. Okay, and then your speed leader simply threads onto that, and then you bring those two together with a pair of pliers. Okay, but I'm going to get a little dab of grease down in that hole so that this ferrule it spins freely, and keep it lubricated, keep it sprayed. As you're I just spray mine with wire lube. We use aerosol wire lube in a can, and I just give that a shot of lube every once in a while when I'm pulling a lot of wires. Okay, but let me get that lubed and put together, and we'll bring you right back. Okay, I thought I'd bring you in for a close-up of what the end of this little guy looks like. It's a really small rollover, and then it's made almost like a shepherd's hook. Okay, and then your ferrule just kind of slides over that and then spins freely. Okay, so we're just going to give it a little blob of axle grease. Hopefully that'll stay in there for a few months. And then, like I say, when I'm out in the field, I keep them lubed all the time. And this is a real smooth transition here. It's like a bullet. So even on your pullbacks, it doesn't affect you. You don't ever feel any of this. So they're very smooth. These speed leaders are the way to go. I've got them on all my manual tapes, and I'm looking forward to having them here on the power tapes too. Okay, and after you're greased and installed, go ahead and tighten it with a couple pairs of pliers, just gently. Just tighten the two pieces against themselves. You should have a very small amount of in play, so make sure you've got that clearance, and it should spin freely. And like I say, as you work this thing, it's going to work in. We've packed a little bullet there with grease, so it's good to put into service and won't need to be re-greased for quite some time. But like I say, as I'm using it, you can actually spray wire lube right down on the sides of the flats, and it works its way into that swivel. So I keep those lubricated when I'm pulling wire. All right, so now we're ready to test. Let's see how this thing does. Okay, a new cartridge on. This is the 120 footer. Let's send it. Bend 1, 2. We're out the other end already. That was pretty effortless. It was noticeable for me. I don't know whether you guys could tell, but it went through the bends a lot easier. I didn't get any pushback. So let's pull it back. Now let's install our 5th bend and see how we do. This one pretty much feels like one bend to me, the two that are back to back. The other two, you can definitely feel them. Let's run this one up the wall this time. Straight up, see how we do. Actually, we want this to be an equal test, don't we? Let's just run it sideways like we did before. So all things being equal. The only difference is the speed leader. All right, I'm hoping you can see the end of that. Let me look at the... Yeah, I think you'll be able to see that last bend. Let's see if we can get through 5 90s with a speed leader. And we absolutely could not do it with the raw tape. So let's find out. 1, 2, 3. And there she is, all the way out at the end. I'll step out of the way. She made it through all 5, no problem. It felt pretty good on the way through, so we're gonna pull back. Okay, well there you have it. Speed leader, definite improvement. I felt the difference, and it got through the 5th bend with no issues. A lot of times you have a long straight run with a 90-degree bend all the way down at the end, and those are the ones that your tape doesn't want to get through, that last bend after 100 and some feet of straight. But the speed leader is going to get that tape aimed the right way and get it sweeping around that corner and get you through it. All right, hope you enjoyed. Thanks to that YouTuber that gave me this angler fish tape. It's been very enjoyable. I've actually enjoyed using it. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.